Hello everyone. Let us continue chapter number 9, Force and Laws of Motion. In this video, we will be dealing with topics such as Newton's second law of motion and momentum. We know that when force acts on a body, it changes its velocity and produces acceleration. The acceleration produced can be either positive or negative, and it depends upon the force. So acceleration produced in the body is directly proportional to the force F applied on the body, and it is inversely proportional to the mass of the body. From this, we will be getting the force which is directly proportional to mass into acceleration. We can change the proportionality sign by equating it to a constant. So F will be equal to kma, where k is a constant here. When a force of 1 unit acts over a mass of 1 unit and produces an acceleration of 1 unit, then k will be equal to 1. By substituting it, we will be getting F is equal to ma, which is the mathematical form of Newton's second law of motion. From the mathematical form of Newton's second law, we can get the SI unit of force by substituting the respective units of mass and acceleration. So the SI unit of force is kilogram meter per second square, or Newton capital N. Now comes the next topic, that is momentum. The momentum P of a body is defined as the product of its mass m and velocity v. Momentum is equal to m into v. It is a vector quantity. The SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. Now let us understand the concept of change in momentum. According to Newton's second law, we know that F is equal to ma. Let us consider a body of mass m which is moving with the velocity u. Now when a force acts on it, the velocity of the body will be changing from u to v. So the acceleration produced here will be v minus u by t. Substituting the respective acceleration in equation number 1, we will get F is equal to m into v minus u by t, or F is equal to m into v minus m into u by t. We know that momentum P is equal to m into v. So m into v is nothing but P final, and m into u is P initial. So force will be equal to P final minus P initial by T. P final minus P initial is nothing but change in momentum. So force will be equal to change in momentum by time taken. That is nothing but rate of change of momentum. Now comes the statement for Newton's second law. That is, the rate of change of momentum of a body is equal to the unbalanced force acting on it and takes place in the direction of force. Let us consider an object X which is at rest. When a force acts on it, it will be moving in the direction of the applied force. So the acceleration produced in this case is positive. Example, when a force is applied on a body at rest, it starts to move in the direction of the applied force. Let us consider another object Y which is moving towards your right hand side. Now when a force F acts in the direction opposite to the motion of the body Y, the acceleration produced here, it will be negative because the force is acting in the direction opposite to the motion of the body. Example, the force of friction acts in the direction opposite to the direction of motion. Let us consider an example here. Why does a fielder pull his arm back while trying to stop or catch a cricket ball? This is done to decrease the rate of change of its momentum by increasing the time. So lesser force is applied to stop the ball. The more momentum that an object has, the harder that it is to stop. It would require a greater amount of force or a longer amount of time, or both, to bring such an object to rest.